keen viewers. So this is the Honey Talk Show, as we've always been talking about. We told you we would be bringing to you a great man sharing his success story with us. And here we are in his office with Mr. Clement Afrani, the headmaster of Bishop Esian Catholic Junior High. Good day, headmaster.
Good day, my dear. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, please, and you?
I'm also doing well by God's grace.
That's so good to know. We are in Bishop Esian, and we know Bishop Esian to be one of the very best schools in secondary academy. And today, as you see us here, we are here for you to share with us how you got this far and what you've been through. Please, we would like you to tell us more about yourself.
Thank you very much, my dear. As you said, my name is Clement Afrani. I am now 52 years of age. I was born on the 10th of January 1971. My parents are Mr. and Mrs. Afrani. I come from Mamfo in the Ashanti region of Ghana. My hometown is very close to Tepa, just about 15 minutes drive from Tepa, Yafwano district. I was born and bred at that place until the age of 10, when I started schooling there, got to primary 3. And at that time, my parents, that's my mother and father, were in a town called Apiesuma near Subri in the western region. They were farming there. My father was a farmer. My mother was also a farmer. So they had left myself and my 2 other siblings in Mamfo with one of my aunties. And so after class 3, I had to join my parents in Apiesuma.
So please, if I may ask, are you the firstborn, the second, or the last?
I come from a very big family. Actually, my father, Mr. Francis Afrani, had 2 wives. My mother was actually the younger one. He had 10 children with my mother.
10 kids?
Yes, 10 kids.
10.
I come from a very big family, and I'm the 4th born.
Wow.
As I speak to you now, 3 of them are gone. We are left with 4 boys, so to say, and then 3 girls. In all, my father had about 18 kids.
Wow.
So I have other siblings.
18.
It's not easy.
Not easy.
Yes. And so that is how I started. As I said, I moved to join my parents in Apiesuma. And it was a typical village. When I got there, we were the pioneers of the school. And I don't know if you know of touches, bamboo. Those days, that was the kind of classroom that they had built for us. It wasn't easy because I had left my hometown and had gone to join my parents in this village. But we didn't have any choice. We had to go on with our schooling there. So I joined the school, or the class, the pioneer class, from class 4. And that is why I stayed till I completed the Form 4 in 1986.
Wow. I wasn't even born.
No, I know you were not born yet. Yes, so it wasn't easy. Back in the village, this was a mud structure with no white marker, no whiteboard, blackboard, no furniture in the classrooms. At a point in time, my dear, I had to carry my father's what they call chopping table from the house to the school, because there were no tables and chairs for us to sit on. have to
And he
carry
used to say-
the table and the stool to school.
And he said, "Wow, wakon you uncle." And he would sit
Oh,
on the
no,
floor.
you have no place to sit. People were squatting,
Hey.
others were just sitting by their friends and all that. So it wasn't easy. But I can assure you, that did not deter us. Right from class 4, I became the senior school prefect from class 4 till I completed
Wow.
Class Form
4.
4, I tell you. Even though we had some other big boys, because I was even the youngest among them. But yes, meanwhile, I became the school prefect from class 4 to Form 4. In fact, when we got to Form 1, my parents wanted me to go to secondary school. Unfortunately, Form 1, the then class teacher took the money from us with the view that we were going to register all the students only to get to know that he had gone to spend the money. So Form 1, common entrance, there was no show. Form 2, the same thing. So Form 3, we tried the third time and we couldn't succeed. I mean, they did not actually go through the proper registration for us at all. So when we got to Form 4, my parents advised me that I should try an entrance exams to the training college. I went to sit the exams with 3 of my teachers then. Unfortunately, I was the only one who was successful. So when I completed those days, the middle school leaving certificate examination, we went to write it in Uni Valley. So when I was about going to sit for the exams, then my results came that I had gotten admission and that I had been invited for an interview in NG Training College. So right from Form 4 examination hall, I didn't go back to my village. Right away, I had to pursue the journey with my headmaster then, one Mr. Apiadankwa. Unfortunately, he's also late. So he accompanied me to NG Training College. I was then about 15 years old. You could imagine.
So please, it means you did not enter, like step foot in the senior high school?
No, unfortunately, no.
Wow.
So my middle school leaving certificates results did not even come before I had an opportunity to enter training college at the age of 15.
Wow, that's 15 years. What do you know? Even the 25, the 26 are even struggling. 15 years.
Yes, I had to leave my parents and go to. At the training college, when I went for the interview, there were very many. Those people who were applied or who were successful and had been invited for the interview were about over 200. So we had to be called interns. But we went and write a kind of examination before the oral interview. And by God's grace, I think I did very well. So when my turn was up for the oral interview, people would go there, spend about 20-30 minutes.
Wow.
Fortunately, me, when I went, they only asked, "How old are you? Where do you come from?" And that was all.
Just a few questions.
Just a few questions. I didn't spend about 5 minutes before the panel.
Wow, God makes it mysterious ways now.
Yes, now it was so surprising, but that was the handiwork of God. So I came out as one of the people who had been offered admission in 1986. So in 1986, I had admission to the training college. And started in Enchi Training College. When I got there, those people who were offered admission were about 140, that batch. And so we went and we started. Initially it was challenging because we had gone to meet people who had come from secondary schools, others, people, teachers, people who had completed secondary school and had taught for some time. And they all came. So we were in the same class with them. In fact, let me state that I was the youngest among all the students who were admitted.
Because you're
that
not
year.
going to a secondary or senior high school.
No,
From Form 4,
right away.
Into the
Yes,
setting. Wow.
yes. And so in the training college, I would say that I made my parents proud. The first year, the examination that was conducted, I didn't do too well. Out of our number, I was about 18. That was my position. And then the second year, I came to the 9th. When we were going to the final year, I was first.
Wow.
Out of the total number.
Over 140
I tell you, I became the first. I still have my results there. I've kept it very well.
Wow.
Because I wanted to let my children know
Oh.
how serious I was when I entered the training college. And thankfully, I completed successfully in 1990 as a fully fledged teacher.
So, means after the training college, you are now a full trained, well-trained teacher.
Yes. From the training college, I was posted to a town near Aboso, so in the western region, called PSO. So PSO, I went to start my teaching there from 1990 to 1993, when I decided to get myself transferred to Takoradi because I had plans of pursuing my education. So I came to Takoradi on transfer in 1993, and I was right away posted to New Takoradi. So
New Takoradi,
yes,
my people.
your people. I've been there. I've taught in New Takoradi I taught from 1993 to 2001, when I decided to go to the university. So
Please, if I may ask, New Takoradi, you have a Methodist school and a Catholic school there. Which one of them?
actually, I'm a Catholic. So in all the 33 years experience in teaching, I've been working in Catholic schools.
Wow.
So I was in New Takoradi Catholic School. Those days they used to call it St. Peter's. We had St. Peter's, St. Matthias Primary, and then we were feeding the JHS, the New Takoradi St. Matthias JHS, which is currently running the JHS session. So I taught there for 9 good years. And you know your people, it wasn't easy. You'll be there during break time, you'll be in the classroom and they will see they will be sighting the incoming canoes, and before you realize they have all vanished to the to the shore. So that was a challenging time, but we did our best. So in 2001, I had the opportunity to go to the University of Education in Winnipeg. I went and pursued the Bachelor of Education in Basic Education. Actually, that was the year when it was being introduced there. So we were more or less the pioneers of that program. But there too, we gave out our best, I became the class rep
Wow.
in the second year, level 200. Class rep in the third year. And then in the third year, the same year, I was voted as the president of the Basic Education Student Association, which we call BESA. More or less, we were the pioneers. So I became the first president to champion that cause. I gave off my best. In fact, currently we are using a cloth that the department is using. And I'm proud to say that I championed the cause of making that cloth for them.
It's the leadership quality.
Yes. I have been a leader throughout my journey. In fact, in my church, I became a catechist in the church when I was about 10 years old.
Wow.
Back in the
At
village.
10 years being a catechist.
Yes. When I was about 10 years old. In fact, when I went to, as I said, at PSC to join my parents, I was about 9 years because that was class 3. Class 4, we had only one man who used to organize us on Sundays as a catechist. Incidentally, he was a businessman. And sometimes on Sundays when the entire people had come from the village to the church, this man would not be anywhere to be found. So one day my mother told me, no, Kweku, you have to learn how to lead this church. So I started reading Bible. He started teaching me how to read the P Bible in the house. So my mother schooled me in the house, and lo and behold, I was able to pick very well. So right from the beginning, when we go to church, on some Sundays when we go to church, and the catechist happens to be absent, I was made to go and lead the congregation as the leader of the church. So that is how, yes,
led a congregation.
It wasn't easy, but I managed to overcome it. I quite remember in those days we used to join a town which was quite closer to Apiesman. It is called Subri. We used to join them on some Sundays to have mass with them. One day at that tender age, I went to read the people were so surprised seeing a young boy reading the way I did. I can tell you the way people gave him money.
I was so surprised.
Yes.
A 10-year-old boy.
I had a lot of money.
Wow.
Immediately I finished reading. In fact, it even disrupted the math
It's
session.
real. That's a 10-year-old boy.
That is it. So I've been, since that time, I've been a catechist, and currently I'm still a catechist of Efia Catholic Church in Takoradi.
Wow, the leadership is there.
Yes.
The leadership.
So as I said, from the university, I came out in 2005, and then I was posted to Bishop Esia Primary School as the assistant head teacher.
Wow.
That
Here
was in
we are.
2005. I came to the primary session. I was there from 2005 to 2007. When the head master of Takwa went on retirement, so my regional manager had to transfer me from here to head that school. That is how my headship started. In 2007, I had to leave here for Takwa. Unfortunately, I left my family here. So I was commuting almost every weekend. I had to come. And because I was, as I said, the catechist of the church, there was no way I could not be around on Sundays. So almost every weekend, I had to come back to Takoradi.
So please, did you ever dream of becoming a headmaster?
Well, just as you said, I'm happy my other, especially the regional manager, then Mr. Poa, saw the leadership quality in me, and he reposed that trust in me. So 2007, I became the headmaster of Takwa. Initially, it was Takwa boys and girls. So I went to head only the girls section of the JHS. And then, after the primary one, head had also retired. That portion was also given to me. And so, at a point in time, it was boys and girls. But during that time, the decision was that they realized only the boys were doing better than the girls. So we decided to also bring back the mixed system. So we had to put the boys and girls together again and reshare them. But I became the headmaster of the boys session. So 2011, when the headmaster of Bishop Isia, Nana Louise, also went on retirement. So, because the manager saw that I was almost commuting every day, they decided to bring me back. So from 2011, I was posted back to Bishop Isia as the headmaster. And it is here that I have been throughout. And I'm happy you all went through this school, through my own hands. So from 2007 to date, I'm now the headmaster of the school.
Exactly. I mean, it's been almost 12, 13 years that you've headed Bishop Isia as their head teacher.
Yes, currently I'm in my 12th year.
Wow, 12 good years of being a head teacher. Say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Please, did you ever feel intimidated on your way to success? Like growing up, did you ever feel intimidated? As you said, being the youngest among over 140 students, did you ever feel down or felt less yourself?
Never have I ever felt intimidated in any way at all.
Wow.
I quite remember when I went to training college, my first year, as I said, a poor boy from the village to training college. So most of the courses or the subjects that we were learning, I didn't actually get the concept very well, especially when it comes to economics. I remember one day my economics tutor then told me that if I don't work hard, I'll be sent home. And that challenged me because I knew who I was, that there was no way I was not going to make it. Initially, I wasn't following it. I wasn't doing well in the classes that we wrote. But what he said actually inspired me to work harder than I was doing.
So if I might say, he was your source of empowerment or encouragement?
In a way, but I also felt, even though I was the youngest among them, I felt and challenged myself that I was going to give off my best. I took this decision because, as I said, my father had many children. At a point in time, one of my senior brothers had also completed school. And that year, when I had admission to the university, to the training college, he was also going to technical school. So between myself and that my brother, my father was to choose who was to leave that year. Because the poor farmer, there was no way he could take the two of us to secondary education during those days. I was selected because my brother, when he completed, had been sent to learn a trade in Accra, and he couldn't learn. He had to come back. And so my father, in an attempt to also give him the second opportunity to have admission to technical education, I think they were to go on one Monday, and then on the Friday prior to the Monday, my results came. So in the evening, my father had to invite the children, and I remember very well, he said, look, he told my elder brother, you I was supposed to be leaving here on Monday to Accra. Fortunately, your brother has also just gotten his admission letter. And there's no way I'll be able to cater for the two of you. You have been given the first opportunity. You didn't take your chance well. So why don't I offer your brother also that same opportunity? So between the two, I was selected to pursue my education that year.
Because he knows what you can do.
Yes, my father knew what I could do. And as I'm saying, I didn't disappoint them. But one of the things that my father told me when I was leaving for training college, that was when I had admission. You know who I am. Remember where you are coming from. And that inspired me a lot. Because of that statement my father made, it really pushed me. So when I went to the training college, I made a small mark at one side of my bed. The interpretation was to me alone. Anytime I enter my cubicle and saw that mark, it reminded me of the statement my father made. So it challenged me to give up. And I can say that I really made them very proud. I really made them very proud.
Know who you are and remember where you are coming from.
Yes.
That's a very great statement, I must say, because it will really inspire you. Because if you remember where you are coming from, you would never hang around it.
Never. So I never messed up, I must confess. In the training college, you know, those days, this boyfriend, girlfriend, no. I never ever tried anything at all. Because I knew where I was coming from. I had big sisters, younger brothers and sisters coming. So there was no way I was going to feed them. One interesting thing, when that year when I became first, when the results came, I went and showed it to my headmaster. It will interest you to know that my headmaster had to bring the entire school then to an assembly and show them my report.
Wow, that's a very good
It was I was so proud. Another thing is that when I came out from the training college, my headmaster then was also about retiring. And you know what? He wanted me to come and head the school.
Wow.
My same teacher who had taught me after 4 years, the fact is that almost all of them were untrained. So as a trained teacher, if I had accepted posting to that school, I was going to be the head of my own teacher. I said, no, there's no way I can do that. Yes. So, sincerely speaking, I didn't accept that posting. As I said, I was sent to PSO.
Did you ever think that if you accepted, you would have felt less of themselves? Like, it's because they were untrained and you are
I couldn't imagine how I was going to lead my own people. There was no way I could handle it. I must be frank. These are people who had lashed me when the news arose, who had given me, in fact, let me admit that there are some teachers that I'm so in touch with, and I will never ever forget them. They have made me who I am. I can't forget one teacher called Teacher Joe. He was my class 4 teacher, class 5 teacher Clement. And then Master Pierre Dankwa, may his soul rest in peace. I will never ever forget them. And then at the JHS, we had teachers like Teacher Tomdi. Teacher Tomdi is there currently. I'm in touch with them. Teacher Amofa. And Teacher Osei, I'm ever proud of them. Anytime I go to the village and I meet them, I feel so proud. And they're also proud of me, seeing who I was and who I am today. They are ever proud of me. But even though it was a village, they never relented the effort to do that. They did very well. It was unfortunate that when we were writing our middle school leaving certificates, out of about 18 of us who registered, 2 of us, my colleagues, didn't pass the film. It was unfortunate. We could have had 100% and we could have given a good account of ourselves. But hey, that is examination. Some will surely fail. And then I must also say that when I came here in 2011, after some time, I also decided to have my master's because you always have to learn. So in 2017, 2018 academic year, I went to the University of Cape Coast, UCC, to do my master's in educational administration, IEP, in 2019. Before, I was lucky before the COVID came, I had left the place.
Wow.
Yes, so currently I am holding master's in educational administration.
The son of the farmer.
Yes.
Not easy.
The unfortunate thing is that my father, the very day when I was 25, I was celebrating my 25th birthday, my father. The very day when I was celebrating my 25th, my father died. But my mother currently in Kumasi, one of the suburbs called Aguaso. So I'm almost in touch. I went there about 3 weeks ago. And she's doing well. It's now over 75 years.
Wow.
She's doing well.
But if I may ask, how has handling the students been? Hasn't been that easy? Hasn't been tough?
Yeah, I'm happy you are also a past student of the school.
A
And you know
proud
how your colleagues were misbehaving when you were here. It's not easy, but I must say that I love kids. Teaching is a profession I always enjoy. And so, no matter the challenge, we're able to manage them. And I'm happy I have good teachers here who also assist. They've been doing so well, especially Mr. Gau, Madam Lydia, Mr. Apia, and many others. Mr. Asari, they are all doing very well. And so most of the issues are handled down there before it even gets to my office. If you're a student and you are brought to my office, it means that you should be ready for a bigger punishment. So hardly do they bring students here. But on some cases, when they are brought here, I find a means of counseling them. And I believe they are not doing badly at all. Yes.
handling about 500 students. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Bishop Esia, this year alone, we are turning out 161 students. Currently, the enrollment for only JHS 1, 2, and 3 stands at 458.
Wow.
It's not easy.
Only
You go to a
JHS.
class, only JHS. You go to a class and the enrollment of over 57, 58. It's not easy to manage them.
Because only Form 3, over 160 students.
Yes. This is a 3-stream school. We have A, B, C. Yes, so when the A, B, C are put together, we have about 161 students who have registered for BC.
161 candidates.
But let me admit and state that our students have been doing very well. I remember last 2 years, our school was among the best in the region. Yes, we have students getting admission to most of the top schools in the country. One of our girls had the opportunity to go to Aburi Girls. We have one student. Most of the top schools, Aquinas, talk of a lot of them. When you talk of Issa School here, Archbishop, yes, quite a lot of them. And incidentally, when they go, they do very well. About 2 weeks ago, when we had our PTA meeting, a parent brought certificates of one of our students, Marino. He is currently in Aquinas. Amongst all the Form 2 students who did science, he topped in all the science.
Wow.
But I must say that I was so proud of him. And most of the people have been making us proud.
That's so good.
Yes.
Being the best.
Yes. I wish it's here for me to show it to you. I'm always proud of my students. And almost every year, hardly do we get any student who didn't get admission to the free SHS. Every student who passes through this school actually gets admission to. Just that this year, the results was not too good. But I'm aware that it is not only peculiar to Bishop Busia. So we are working hard. Come this very year, when those who are in Form 3 write their BEC, we are expecting them to do much better than what we have now.
Okay, so please, what advice?
Right, life, let us understand that it's a journey. The way you start can determine the way you end. It's all about determination. Like you rightly said, not all of us are born to rich families. But one important thing is what we call education. Education sets the rich and the poor on the same level. And therefore, when you work hard, wherever President Akufo-Addo's daughter is, your daughter, through education, can also get to the place. All right, so my word of advice to the youth is that.
In fact, I've been inspired, and I'm sure you've also been inspired. Sempacho was sure has said, you are not baby was in a summer, so few months and powers man of the boca. But all powers and their own worker. So I have in my hand this folded papers. Wow. You are supposed to choose one. Whatever that you choose, it means it is your luck.
Yeah.
So whatever inside, you are supposed to give to us. So sponsor our show.
Okay.
Okay, so please.
Alright, so let me choose this one.
Alright.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
Oh. Well, that was from you.
That was 30 cities. Oh. Said this to that.
So you said that is our member, and as you rightly said, I will follow that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, blessed.
Right.
Yes.
I'm also grateful for this opportunity given me. I hope you'll keep it up. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
You're welcome.
For accepting us.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
No, before that, let's take our microphone.
Okay, so I'm giving you 50 instead of the 30.
Oh my God.
Hey viewers, I'm so proud and excited that you've been able to get this time for me to watch my video. I'm sure that you've been inspired. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Bedins Motivation or Honey TV. Comment and share for us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.